Why hello there, people of the internet. Long time no see. Again. This was going to be quick, so I'm gonna make it quick. On Saturday, or Sunday, I think it was Saturday, they released the SDCC, so San Diego Comic Con, Stranger Things second trailer for the second season, which comes out in October, I believe, around Halloween. And I saw it on Sunday morning, right after I woke up. So I was still in bed and scrolled through my phone, scrolled through YouTube, and I saw the trailer in my subscription box. I almost fell out of bed because I was just so excited. I'm so excited for the new Stranger Things season. Oh my god, I can't really. I'm getting excited just talking about it. And I thought, why not do a trailer analysis? Because I really liked the trailer. I thought it was really cool, but it didn't really answer any questions. So what I did was I took over 60 screenshots from the new trailer, and I'm gonna do a shot-by-shot analysis of this trailer. Now I decided to not make it in a normal video, like a normal talking video. I'm just gonna show the pictures on screen and then just talk in voiceover basically. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this. If you're not into Stranger Things, you probably won't care about this video, but I don't really care, so I hope you enjoy this if you enjoy Stranger Things. And yeah, I'll see you around sometime when I upload another video. As you can see, I'm editing the video, and I'm within the first 10 seconds of the trailer, and I've already talked like 19 minutes. So I decided to split this up into several parts. The first part I'm gonna finish editing, the first 30 seconds or whatever. So I'm gonna split it up in like 2 or 3 parts. I hope this is alright, but I can't upload like a video that's 2 hours long or something. So I'm gonna split it up into parts. I hope that's okay with you. Just so you know, this video might end abruptly, and then I'm gonna link to the second part, and I'm gonna upload that later. Yeah. Okay, so you should now hear me in voiceover. That's really cool. Hello. Cool that you enjoy Stranger Things and are going to listen to this trailer analysis. And we're gonna just get started right away because I wrote a 6-page Word document about this trailer, so let's get right into it. Okay, so we open up to the shot of a arcade, and it's at night, and we kind of see on the left-hand side of the frame, we see the boys cycling there, which is kind of that of the boys. You can see them from very far away when they cycle. You know that it's the group, the boys. And yeah, and everything seems fine, but we are introduced in absolute darkness, so it's nighttime. And if you compare that to the opening shot of season 1, then you can see that this opens up to bright daylight. So we can kind of guess that the second season is going to be a lot darker, as will be continued in this trailer. The kind of theme of it's darker and more threatening in a way. And I gotta say, props to the mom and dads who let their kids out at night after such an incident as happened to Will. Like, what the fuck, parents? I would never let my 10-year-old kid go out at night when I know that there are monsters out there that fucking try to absorb energy from people and harvest their slugs in them. Like, what? I would never let my kid get out at night. But we'll just roll it. And there's the next shot of the game Dragon's Lair in the arcade. Now, I did some research about this game especially, and I'm just gonna recite the Wikipedia page here because I'm not an expert in 80s arcades games. But Dragon's Lair was originally released in 1983, and Will vanishes in November of 1983 in the first season. So I'm assuming that it's 1984 by now, because this season, as I said, plays around Halloween, and so we are assuming it plays in 1984, which you can see later when they dress up as Ghostbusters. I'm going to come back to that. But yeah, let's talk about Dragon's Lair for a bit. In the game, the protagonist, Dirk the Daring, is a knight attempting to rescue Princess Daphne from the evil dragon, Singe, who has locked the princess in the foul wizard Mordok's castle. This is obviously an allusion to the kids rescuing Princess Daphne, who's most likely, I'm 99% sure, is 11, obviously, because as we saw in the first Cheez-It trailer that they released on Super Bowl, I guess? Super Bowl, yeah. 11's obviously still alive. She's in the foul wizard's Mordok's castle, which is an allusion to the Upside Down, I'd say. And the evil dragon is probably the Demogorgon, or an even eviler monster, which we also saw in the Cheez-It trailer, where you saw this huge spider thing that Will sees, which is gonna come up in this trailer as well. And there's another info that struck me from the Wikipedia article, which is, as a knight of the kingdom, Dirk was entrusted to rescue the princess of Daphne from Mordok and Singe because all other knights were killed. So this could mean that some other people, some of the squad, of the kids squad, or someone of the that played a huge role in the first season is going to be in danger, and only one person or only one squad has to save the others. So it could mean that another one vanishes, or something happens to someone, and they need to rescue them. And Dirk in the game becomes heir to the throne upon saving Princess Daphne following her rescue. Dirk and Daphne are married, so Dirk could be Mike, because obviously Mike and 11 had a thing going on. It was really cute by the end of season 1. And I guess this could mean that maybe Mike plays an outstanding role in this season and the saving of Daphne, or in this case 11. Oh, and also I forgot to say, Daphne is locked in the foul wizard Mordok's castle, and the foul wizard could be her dad, Dr. Brenner, I think was his name, but he's you can't really tell if he seems dead by the end of season 1, but there's no blood on his face whatsoever, so maybe he's also still alive and will return as an antagonist in season 2. I'd say he basically created the Upside Down upon using 11's powers to spy on other people, and what we saw in season 1 of the backstory. I hope for season 2 that they are going to continue the backstory. So obviously 11 is number 11, so there's got to be other kids. I hope that they explore this a little bit more in season 2. Maybe they're going to explore the backstory a little bit further. I would love that, because I was very interested in the backstory. It's kind of like those old true crime stories. I love those. So the next shot is a shot of hands playing Dragon's Lair, and it doesn't really seem like anything really telling, but I made out 2 things about this shot. Firstly, the wilted tree that surrounds the kind of Dragon's Lair sign is really reminiscent of the Upside Down, of the like creeping whatever that is in the Upside Down. So this deepens my guess that this is an allusion to the Upside Down and to saving 11 from there. And also I'm not sure if you can see it on the screen right now, but the button says sword over it. So this could mean that there's going to be a fight of some sort, or they're going to create a weapon like Jonathan and Nancy did in the last season, which I really, really liked. I really liked when they went to this shop and kind of made their own Demogorgon fighting gear. That was really cool. And we see later on in this trailer, we can see a flamethrower, I think, and actual weapons. So I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a fight scene, or several fights that they have to go through. Now it's a shot of the boys playing, and Dustin is playing, and he's smiling. So he's obviously enjoying himself, and he seems to be winning. But if you look at the other boys' faces, they seem to see a danger. And when I scrolled through the comments on the YouTube video on the trailer, on the Netflix page, someone said that Dustin could be dead by the end of the season. Dustin could die because he's playing, and as we see later on in the next shot, there's the character in the game dying. So he loses. It's game over for him. And he seems to not see the danger of the dragon Singe that is going to kill him, and the others are. So maybe this could mean that Dustin is going to be endangered, because later on in this trailer, I'm going to talk about this later, we see him alone in shots several times, I believe. And yeah, this could mean that he's in danger, or that he plays an important role in this season. This could mean the same thing, so this could foreshadow again that this season is going to be a bit darker and more threatening. The monster that we saw in the teaser, and we see in this trailer later on, is obviously much bigger than the Demogorgon. So this could mean that shit is going to get deep, basically. But it also could be foreshadowing someone's death. Maybe Dustin, as the YouTube commenter commented. That was also my first thought, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to kill any one of the kids off, because well, that would be really, really sad for one, and for the other, I think that the boy squad works really, really well together. And if they want to make another season, which is going to be probably if the second season goes as well as the first one and is as hyped as the first one, they are probably going to make a third season. And I think it wouldn't be a good idea to destroy the kind of boy-kid squad, because that's kind of the appeal, I think, of the show, that it really reminds you of those old movies like E.T., for example, where kids go on an adventure. So I'm guessing it rather alludes to threat rather than death. Obviously, it could also mean someone is in danger of death, or someone will die, such as Barb. Barb really annoyed me, Barb's death. I hope that this is the one of the two things that really annoyed me about season 1 was Barb's death, because it was so meaningless. You got introduced to Barb, and the first thing I thought when I first met her was, she's gonna die. This really annoyed me because it wasn't really deep. I hope that Barb will be remembered, because I really liked her character. Actually, I thought she was pretty cool. And yeah. So let's continue. I'm rambling too much. So now we have a look out of the door of the arcade, and we see some flakes on the door. The camera turns to see what Will sees. So Will sees the flakes in front of the door, and suddenly he's alone in the arcade when he turns to look for the others, and it's really, really dark. And then in the next frame, he's in the Upside Down, and this raises some questions. Has he become maybe a link between the worlds? A link between worlds. That he can, I don't know, he because he spent such a long time in the Upside Down and obviously harvests the slugs that he spit out in by the end of season 1. He's maybe a link to the Upside Down. So as the teacher explained in season 1, I loved this scene where he has like this plate and he punches a hole through it. Maybe Will can create wormholes. I don't really know how it should work. Maybe he has some. That was my other idea. He has gained some of 11's powers, so he's similar, but he can't control them yet because he has no idea that he has those powers, and he has no training as 11 has, for example. But we see him, I think, 2 times in this trailer going into the Upside Down with his mind, I believe. And yeah, this seems very similar to what 11 does. So it could mean that he is becoming psychic, or that he is a link to the Upside Down. Yeah, I hope that they have a scientific explanation for that, and not just go like, oh yeah, it's just happened like that. I hope that they have kind of an explanation, or they find out why Will became that way, because I really liked that the scientific aspect in the first season. So the Hawkins lab, and that they used 11's powers and can't control it anymore. I thought that was really cool, and I hope that they stay scientific and not just go into the paranormal, where they just go, oh yeah, it's like that. That's just how it is. I don't know. Yeah,